Okay, so this lecture will be for those of you who chose prompt number 2 for the To Kill a Mockingbird writing assignment. And prompt number 2 asks you to develop your own claim by taking a position on whether or not you think that this book, To Kill a Mockingbird, should continue to be taught in schools. If you remember to way back in the beginning of January when we first started this novel, I prefaced this unit by giving you information about how this book frequently makes the list of the top 10 most banned books each year. So my question to you now is, what do you think? Some districts and some parents and some schools have felt that the book has no place being taught in the curriculum as a required reading. But others argue that this book has importance and that there is educational value to teaching this book. There's moral value, and so it should not be removed from reading lists. The book has sold over 40 million copies. As I told you guys, it's the most popular book, second only to the Bible. And so the question here is, what do you think? Do you think that To Kill a Mockingbird should continue to be taught in classrooms? Or do you agree that this book really has no place in the curriculum and therefore it should be banned or it shouldn't be taught at all? So what you're going to do is develop a claim. And in your claim, you're going to mention the title, To Kill a Mockingbird, the author, Harper Lee, and the genre, which is novel. And in that claim sentence, you're going to establish your opinion. And you may use me, I, my. It is a personal response, and I am asking for your opinion. So you can say, I believe that To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee should be taught in English classrooms, but don't forget the because. That needs to be part of your claim. Why do you feel it should be taught? If you think it shouldn't be taught, you'll start your claim a similar way, except this time you'll say, I do not believe that the novel To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee should be taught in classrooms across the country because, and you'll provide your reasons. Then for your evidence, you're going to need to back it up with evidence from the text. So if you think that this book has value, and I hope you do, but if you feel it doesn't, I won't penalize you. I won't take points off as long as you make your argument. But if you feel that this book should be taught, I want reasons. I want you to go into the novel and find 2 places where there are moments in the text. Probably you'll focus on lessons. You might focus on an atticism. You might focus on a moment that was of such importance to you where you realized at that moment in the book why this novel is so important and why it should be taught to young adults and readers all around the country. And so you'll follow your CC TAC. So you'll open with your claim. Then you'll provide for your first piece of evidence your context, what's happening in that scene. You'll cite the text. And then in your analysis, you'll explain in your own words why this book should be taught based upon the line you just cited. And you'll do the same thing for your second piece of evidence, context, text evidence, analysis, and you'll wrap it up with a conclusion. Now, there might be some of you who feel that this book should not be taught. You agree with those who think it should be banned or that it does not have a place in the curriculum. And so for you, I need you to find 2 places in the text that support that. Where in the text did you feel that this book had no place being taught? There are a lot of people who focus on the language, the use of the N-word, as a reason why the book shouldn't be taught. Even though Harper Lee does in the book really show you that the word should never be used. She uses it to teach you not to use it. But if that's your opinion, that seeing the word there is upsetting, then that's fair. A lot of other people have felt that the issue with the subject matter, the content matter of Mayella Ewell and the rape. If that's your feeling that the book shouldn't be taught because of that mature subject matter, go for it. But you need to do the same thing. You need to establish a claim with your reason why you think the book should not be taught, and then provide 2 pieces of evidence to support it. So you'll need context, text evidence analysis, context, text evidence analysis, and then you'll need a conclusion. So either way, whichever way you feel about the novel, it's valid. It will not affect your grade. But what I'm looking for is that you prove it, that you back it up with evidence from the novel, and that you're able to convince me one way or the other that the book should or should not be taught using the CC-TAC-TEC formula. When you're done, make sure you proofread your work, make sure it's your absolute best work, and you're going to submit it to me by this Friday, April 17th. If you can submit it via Teams, I would really appreciate that, because I am trying to use that app just because it's easier for me to keep track of who's submitted it and to provide feedback. But if you can't figure out Teams, then you should send it to me as an email attachment through Office 365. If you have any questions about this response, please be sure to reach out to me via email or through the Teams chat, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.